Tip number 1 would definitely be to be yourself at all times, no matter what. Tip number 2 would be to pick a theme for your thumbnail. If you wanted to do change the filter, make sparkles on it, do a special heart shape on it every time, and pick a font. That's what I just learned to do. I learned that you have to pick one font and stick with that font, and try to stick with the size and the theme. If you're gonna do emojis, do emojis. If you're gonna do I don't know. But if you're gonna do a tree, I don't know. If you're gonna do a tree, a pumpkin, a squash, just do that for every single thumbnail. I mean, at least try to do your thumbnails a little similar. That would be tip number 2. On to tip number 3. Tip number 3 would be to find and stick with an editing app. So find an editing app that you know how to work and stick with that editing app. On to tip number 4. Tip number 4 would be to find time where you have at least 30 minutes to an hour to edit, make a thumbnail, post a video, and reply to comments. That would definitely be tip number 4 because it's really important to look at your comments and have time to edit and not rush. On to tip number 5. The next tip would be to try to at least post 1 to 2 times a week. And if you can't, that's okay. Just at least try to post 1. But if you're in school and something and it's harder, just try to tell your fans that and then move on from there. On to tip number 6. Okay, so the next step would be to pick a coloring, if that makes any sense. Because for all of my thumbnails, I always use this certain filter. So all my thumbnails look like the same exact coloring. Not all your thumbnails have to be red. The same filter on it. If you know what I mean. If you use a filter. I use a filter so it looks more bright and nice to me. So that's what I do. On to the last and final tip. Tip number 7. So, the last and final tip, tip number 7, would be to do a channel banner and a thing that pops up on the bottom right of your screen that says, would you like to subscribe to, and then your channel name. So how you do the banner is you just find the dimensions of it and then you put it into an app. Some people use one app, but I think that's really hard. So I use a variety of apps, somewhere around 5 to 7 apps, but that's okay. It takes a long time. It doesn't have to take a long time, but mine take an hour, somewhere around 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere around that time. And then it takes a variety of apps, like I said, but the little thing that pops up on the bottom right of your video that says would you like to subscribe to your channel name? No, that does not take a long time. And you could use one app for that, which I do use one app for it. I use this app called Procreate. And then what I do in Procreate, I put the dimensions in it. And then after I put the dimension, it gives me a white blank piece of paper. And then with that white piece of paper, I go to the color picker thing. And then I put all those colors I like in a palette. Then I use all those. And then I just transfer it to my device. And then I just upload it, and then that's it. So bye, see you guys soon in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and bye.